Hi, how are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So this is Better You Solutions platform. I'm Coach Coleman. Do you want to take some time to introduce yourself and what you have to offer?
Yes, so my name is Kendra Crump, born and raised in Atlanta, been here since I was zero. Okay. I'm an author, comedian. Um, I'm your best friend in your head, a whole vibe. I'm everything, a God-fearing woman, Unless somebody cuts me off in traffic, then it might be some other words coming out of my mouth. But hey, I'm still a work in progress. I'm
I know
still a
that.
work in progress. So that's pretty much that's who I am in a nutshell.
Okay. And I heard you say you're a comedian. Uh,
hmm
how did you get into that?
So comedy, I've been doing comedy really all my life without even realizing that I actually had the gift and the dream and everything else like that, the vision. Starting from fourth grade, my teacher, shout out to Miss Roster, she said, Kendra, you are hilarious. You're gonna be great in life. Shout out to the teachers actually out there who really are motivating their students and everything. I started via 2016 when I was enrolled myself into Clark Atlanta University, HBCU. And
Right.
around that same time is when I actually, did the whole, being an author and everything else like that. But 2016, I did it via Snapchat. And I started posting my videos, taking my videos from Snapchat and placing them on IG late 2017, early 2018.
Mhm.
And it's a lot. One thing about technology is you have to pretty much go every few years. A new app is coming out, so you gotta just kind of keep up with the masses. Which I really miss MySpace. Like, if anybody still wants to get on MySpace with me, let me know. I need a new top five of friends. The other ones they got off MySpace. But with
Listen.
that being with that being said, so I started doing comedy shows in 2019, and I started getting on a lot of people's podcasts. I said, "Oh yeah, I've done 3,000 podcasts in the last 3 years. I know I'll be on Joe Rogan. Haven't made it there yet, right? Haven't made it on Joe Budden or Drink Champs, but it's coming. It's
Right.
coming. I know they watch this podcast because that's just how popular you are.
Right.
Everybody will be like you when they grow up.
I know that's right. Uh, if you all are listening, I want to be a guest too. Like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about the little people. So that's great. That's your journey, and seems like not only your journey but your purpose, because it's something that's been installed in you since elementary.
Yes.
You've grown into it. I'm pretty sure you've learned some lessons along the way, some gems. What's something that you would like to share with anybody who was into comedy and wanted to pursue their dream of comedy?
Well, number one, always keep God first. I will say that, like, because God's favor is gonna propel you to a lot more places and open up more doors. Than you may think. That's the one thing I will say. Number two, don't get discouraged. A lot of people aren't going to find you funny. A lot of people are not going to like your craft. They're not going to like what you have going on, but it's okay. I always say, man, like, kids will tell the truth. I practice my jokes on kids, the elderly kids, like, oh, she's funny. Okay, cool. So if you have more great reviews than bad reviews, then you're doing pretty good. But no, just like I said,
Right.
keep and do you don't and I promise you don't have to prostitute yourself. Okay, keep your booty hole closed, okay? Unless you are, it's consensual, but anyway, back to the story. Back to the story. But I will say, just keep and it may take you years until you finally get your first big break, but it's okay. Rome was not built overnight. That's what I will have to say about that.
Good advice, and I think that goes across the board. The advice that you
Mhm.
gave, because in any journey, it's not going to come that easily. Everybody wants a quick turnaround, not knowing the background work of learning the craft, learning the
Mhm.
niche, getting the connections, making those relationships. It goes a long way because sometimes it's who you know, not what you know, and
That's
then you
true.
deliver what you know once you get in the room. But that's a
That's true.
different
And
story.
that's why your podcast is so successful as well, because you kept working at it and
Mhm.
everything else like that. So
Yes, thank you, thank you. And I have another. So you also said an author, right?
mhm. Yes.
All right. So what's the name of your book?
My book is called Diamond in the Rough, and it's spelled like how it's sound. So diamond, I-N, and then rough.
Okay.
Rough. And it's by Kendra Crump. It's on Amazon. My first book is a drama, romance, suspense, and I'm currently writing my second book. So
Okay.
I'm actually, like I say, happy about that. And I started writing back in elementary school. I, at the time, my inspiration was watching, I had no business watching Jerry Springer, right? So, but I used to I only want to go on Jerry Springer so I can get my Jerry beads. Never made it happen though. But I started getting some of the stories from there and making whatever storyline, making a little short story about it. Then I get to middle school and we're doing creative writing classes. And for English, loved it, always did well. People say, wow, this is a really good story. I need to know more. High school, like I say, 2016, when I did really jumped into comedy was when I first, God gave me this vision about my book. Okay, how it's going to start, how it's going to end. But it was like a burger. I got the
Mhm.
buns, but I need the lettuce, tomatoes, cheese,
Yeah.
meat, all of that type of stuff. And so 2016, it took me 3 years going through three different editors and trying to actually, like I say, having this vision really come to life. 2019, book is finally done. It's sitting on my Google Docs shelf. And I'm like, well, how can I actually get it published now? I
Right.
met another podcaster who actually she networks with everybody. And so she told me about doing self-publishing. I would suggest anybody out there, you can do it through a publishing company, but you want all the money to come to you. Just got to know how to really market. So did it through Lulu. The best option for self-publishing is Ingram Spark or Ingram Support. That's the best one because that ships out to bookstores and everything else like that. So
Mhm.
that's pretty, like I said, that's pretty much where I got with that. And so far I'm okay. I still live in the hood. So it's not going as well as I thought. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of living this one way in, one way out apartment complex. I got crackheads fighting birds. Okay, I can't, God, what's going on?
Listen, I think we all trying to level up, to a different level.
Yes.
Me, myself too. Um,
Mhm.
and even the ones even celebrities, they're at the top, right? We say, oh yeah, you got it, you got it. They're
Yeah.
still trying to level up. So it's okay. It's okay. Like you said earlier, your big break is coming.
Mhm.
Um, because some people, let's say artists, singers, rappers, they put things out years ago, and sometimes it doesn't become popular till 5 years later.
That's true.
So
That's true.
you publish it now, and it may not hit because that's not the trend right now.
Mhm.
5 years later, you a millionaire off of that one book. You never
That's it.
know.
Hey, listen, the coldest winter ever. I was like, I didn't realize at the time that I thought it came out probably about 10, 15 years ago. It came out when Cash Money was taking over for the 99 and 2000. And it's still being talked about, right?
Right.
So listen, Sister Soldier could do it. Hey, so can Kendra Crump, and everything
Right.
else. So
I know that's right. You, me, and everybody else. Speak for the
that's
people.
it.
Us. We the
That's
people.
it.
And I heard you notice, or I noticed you said that we can find your information to purchase your novel on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody want to book you for a show or a host, is that something you do?
Yes, if the money's right. Apparently, you know what? And they ain't trying to sit here and scam. People like, oh, I want to have you do comedy out here, in 4 hours away. And I'm like, okay, sorry, can you help compensate? Well, I mean, I really ain't got that much money, sir. You. I'm about to report you to the Better Business Bureau. You are what is wrong with you? How do you sit here and I tell you, okay, round trip, this is gonna be 8 hours, and you're only gonna try to offer me $50 to get out there? You got to have a strong 30-minute strong presence. If I'm gonna try to give you $400 or $500, sorry, you're bro, come on, janky promoter. He probably like that. You know that movie Janky Promoter? That's his life. I have had so many janky promoters. I'm gonna let y'all know something, man. Behind one of the sayings I live by, I learned this in the team ministry, was behind every no there is a yes. And you're going to come across what they don't tell you when on the way to success. You're going to come across a lot of people who's going to sit here and give you the runaround. They're going to sit here and try to play with you. You're going to really see how people really are in this business. This business life is not fair. Okay. And this business is really going to chew you up and spit you out. You got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to me doing these podcasts, right? Like I told, like I stated earlier, since 2000, October 2020, and I took a year off because I'm in school currently at Georgia State trying to get this clinical psychology degree. So you can call me Dr. Crump. Look, I'm one day it's coming. Okay. I'm a woman of many hats. I was supposed to be an NBA wife, but I was in the right place. Apparently, I'm not sure what happened with that. But anyway, but no, what I was gonna say with me doing, let's say over 2,000 podcasts. Let's say it's 2,500 because when I tell you I was on the ground running, I was not playing. I would say out of the 100% of podcasts I was doing, 40% of them unprofessional, never showed up, like wasting the time of, hey, listen to my podcast, see if it works out. I'm doing my homework research. I get back with them, still, everything. And it really will aggravate you. But I had to say, okay, Kendra, stay focused. Everybody's not like that. But yes, to go back to what you're saying, Coach Coleman, is yes, anybody wants to book me, again, if the money is right, okay? You ain't sitting here trying to have no extra incentives, okay? Listen, I'm not gonna help. I can't help you out with your sexual pleasures. I get you a blow up doll, okay? We go to the corner, go get one of those $40 prostitutes, go to the Motel 6, okay? I am not it. All right, and that's the thing as well. Like if I mention make a sex joke, guys like, oh, so what's up, sir? Now apparently not you. You got erectile dysfunction right now. You can't. You have to go. You are the first name base with Abdul at the gas station because you keep getting a blue pill. Stop that. You are 30 years old and you still can't get it up. I actually knew one guy. Sorry for another day, but I'm like, brother, you are young. You're like 28. Shame. He's in the group chat. But yes, to answer your question, Coach Coleman, anybody can, yes, people can book me and everything else like that. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. That is fine.
So we are a woman of many hats. You can book you as a host, a guest speaker. You do comedy. You're an author, and you're going for your PhD. So you'll be a doctor soon. Yes, you have many talents in different areas. So it will be, I think, anybody who wants to work with you, you will be a blessing because you can, in because when having events and doing things, they're last minute pop-ups. There's dilemmas and obstacles, and you seem like a person that will be able to be flexible and go with the flow and reorchestrate as needed. So if anybody wants to book you for an event, I would say go and do it ASAP. And as she said, don't play with her money.
Don't.
Please respect her time and her energy and her work.
And let me add this as well. I actually had one guy who was trying to be like my manager or whatever else it may be, but then he was trying to hit on me as well. I said, sir, listen, I know you was looking at Mary J. Blige and Kendu, and that was her manager, but this is not it. This is not it. And he looked like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around his face. I am not interested in that. Our kids coming out, mommy, why am I ugly? I don't want to say because your daddy. Okay, I cannot. But yes, do not try to sit here and date me. Keep it professional, okay? Like some of you men need a refresher course in that. Because since you know for a fact how some of these men can get. You try to be cool, have a conversation, and they be like, so what are you wearing? Sir, I just asked you how your grandma was. What is wrong with you?
Like, can we have a conversation? Can we be professional?
Please.
And if it go there, it go there. But don't come at me that way.
We're here for me that way. I don't have time. Neither do you.
Apparently, they won't. That's my thing. When people are introducing and want to work together, what are your true intentions? Like, that's always the foundation. What are your intentions? And then when you're having a conversation, you can see they're not thinking future. They're not trying to really do real work. They're just there for the moment. Not even looking at your face, looking at your breasts. It's just not a good feeling. And you can feel the energy sometimes. You could tell that it's not going where it needs to go. And they know it's not going where it needs to go either. That's a whole nother topic.
Hey, whole nother topic now. Hey, I'm versatile with topics too now. So yeah.
So if anybody wanted to book you, where would they reach you? I know we can purchase your books on Amazon, but if anybody wanted to have a conversation to reach you, do you have any social media, email, or website?
Yeah, so I definitely Instagram, I'm the Kendra Crump Show. So it's the as in the KY, N as in Nancy, DRACRUM as in Mary, P's and Paul Show. Okay, SHOW, not with no money sign. I'm not no ASAP Rocky, okay? So the Kendra Crump Show. My Facebook is Ken Free Spirit. So Ken, K as in King, E as in Echo, and as in Nancy, and it's Free Spirit. So, one word, parentheses, Pimpin' Ken. It's a reason why my name is like that. But sorry for another day. I was a different person in my last lifetime. Uh, and TikTok, I'm on TikTok. I had to switch. Like I said earlier, you got to go from one app to the next. So my TikTok is Ken Free Spirit. So far, I got 4 videos on there. Might be like 5 or 6. Who knows? Next couple days. Let's see what else is there. Yeah. And if you see me in real life, y'all can speak. I'm nice. I promise you. I listen. I tell these jokes all the time. I'm nice, but do not be that person to sit here and send me no DM and say, "Hey, I think I saw you at Walmart." Yeah, that was me. Why didn't you speak? I wasn't sure if that was you. Oh, okay. Even though it looks like me and sounds like me, you could have still came up and spoke to me. Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know you was that tall. Baby, you think every woman's like 5'0"? We're all a rapper's height. There's no woman taller than 5'5", 5'6". Where I'm at. On. Like, I don't understand that. You never heard of WNBA player? You think everybody online is the same height? Come on. Bro, people. I said, they're like, well, I would love to be your friend, sir. You already failed. Like, the one thing you
You
could have
ruined
did
it.
was come up and speak. I said, well, hey, if you miss me, you miss me. I don't know where I'm gonna be at that Walmart again. Oh, come on now. People just be aggravating me with that. And you know what's so crazy? So I'm a substitute teacher as well, right? I'm like I said, I'm just multiple streams of income. I had subbed for a woman last week. And a lot of, like I say, I'll have conversations with people, so many people across the world, and then they get surprised that I don't remember them. Do you know, not like, do you remember what shoe you put on or what sock you put on your foot when you first put it on? You're not going to remember everything. That's how your brain works. So
Right.
she said to me, she's like, "Oh my goodness, I thought that was you. What are you doing here subbing?" And I'm like, "Because I need a real job." I mean, that's it. She said, then she's has said, "But I know you. Like, I come to your comedy shows." I'm like, "Give me a hug!" Like, it's so exciting, Coach Coleman, when I actually see the real live people and everything else like that. But yeah, guys, if y'all see me in a regular store like Subway or whatever, what are you doing here? The same reason you're here. I'm hungry. You want to pay for my meal? Okay.
It's funny, but it's so true. 'Cause why else are you there?
You know what? Hey, they always say I made a video about there's no such thing as a dumb question. And honey, some of y'all's questions, like the teacher I made, I think one of the things I said was back in the day, a teacher said the test will be on Tuesday. Then somebody said, "What day is the test gonna be on?" And I'm like, bro, we just said it 2 minutes ago. Okay.
Common sense is not so common. But thank you for sharing everything and letting us know once again to get your novel on Amazon.
Mhm.
And we can find you on all social media platforms. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.